Summer Magic Summer mini album by Red Velvet. Red Velvet is a 5-woman K-pop group from SM Entertainment. They were recruited by SM from 2007 to 2014. They debuted as a 4-woman group until Yeri was added in 2015. The group has 2 sides. Red is the more poppy music, girly dressing and bright colors side, and Velvet is the R&B ballad dressed in suits and more mature styles. Summer Magic Summer mini album is their 6th mini album. Here's our honest review of Summer Magic Summer mini album by Red Velvet.
Let's power up, man.
Power up.
Red Velvet, Summer Magic.
Yeah, man.
The 6th mini album.
There's a lot of mini albums. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think American artists should start doing it actually
Yeah.
because it's working.
Yeah.
It works for K-pop artists, and I think it's actually genius just because you get to create on your own time, and you don't
Okay.
have to spend a lot of time putting a
I
lot
remember
of.
you say you don't like EPs though.
I don't, but they're starting to make me like them though.
Oh, okay, I feel you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you feel about this album artwork?
I think it's great, man. I think it really simplifies the idea of the album Summer Magic, and I just like the colors, man. The colors really pop.
I mean, it would have been better
Don't
if it
say
had
it.
red, but nah, the colors are cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this album cover gives you a great example of what type of sound you're gonna hear.
Yeah.
And I think when I was reading, they kind of generally do songs to themes
Oh.
because they got a project coming out in
That
March.
makes sense. That makes sense.
They got a project coming out in March because they just dropped a new song called Sayonara, and apparently this is like more winter theme
Thought it was
music.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Which one? Nah, is it? It's
That's what
Sayonara.
you told me.
Yeah, I know I messed up. It's
Oh
Sayonara.
my gosh, you telling me the wrong information.
Yeah, it's Sayonara. But it's gonna be a winter theme project.
Oh, okay.
So
Fitting.
yeah, I mean it's still winter time.
Yeah, it is.
It's cold as hell.
Yeah.
It's up there snowing where Street Noise is at. Oh,
Definitely.
and we checked out like getting to know the K-pop artist
Yeah,
video, and it was about Red Velvet.
it's pretty
And
nice.
it was actually pretty funny
Yeah, yeah.
because Wendy's a little crazy.
Mm-hmm. She's real crazy. Like, she's extra.
Yeah, it said she was extra as fuck, and it was funny because it was just like, okay, I guess she is extra.
And she can sing.
Yeah, and she could sing. And I think it was Soji that they were saying had the fan that was crazy.
I think it was Joy. Wasn't it Joy?
Was it Joy?
I think so. I can't
But it
remember.
was hilarious. Yeah,
funny.
yeah, it was Joy, and it was
Joy.
hilarious because the fan was
Oh my
just
God.
tripping, and they try not to laugh.
He said, when you smile, I'm happy.
Yeah, I know, right? But that would be kind of weird though. I can see how they're kind of just standing there trying not to laugh.
And they still just standing there holding their composure as well. That's what gets me. Y'all professional, because I'll be like, yo, security, get that man right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, man, I can't really talk to the flow of the project because I'm starting to feel like, in general, with K-pop projects that we review, it just seems like we get a wide variety of sound here.
Most definitely.
I mean, what I can talk to is about the Red and the Velvet side of the project, and I felt like they kind of went back and forth
yeah.
because that it just seemed like they just took turns going from red to velvet.
Mhm.
And I did read that a lot of people prefer the velvet side. I feel like it's actually cool, and I feel like they should continue to do both
Yeah.
because like when you look at something like, say, just like Destiny Child, like, yeah, they do dance songs, but they do ballads too, like,
Right.
but the dance songs work just as good as the ballads do. It's part of their identity,
Right.
and it comes off as part of their identity.
Yeah.
Like even in the material that they write about on those dance songs
Yeah.
are not necessarily dance songs, but the more poppy, bubbly songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that?
I feel the same way, but I'm leaning more towards the Velvet side. You know, I just love the Velvet side just because of the sound it creates. Poppy side isn't bad, but still. But like you said, with these type of albums, we never don't get a general flow. You get like a little bit of everything and what they can do, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it still kind of gives you a variety of sounds that you get with it. So it has a really, I want to say, just charismatic flow to it.
Yeah. Look, man. Power Up. We did a reaction to that video.
That was our first one.
Yeah, that was the first Red Velvet joint, and because people were after that, they were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't check out that one. That wasn't a good one." Because when I first heard it, I wasn't super crazy about it. I thought it was cool,
Yeah.
but listening to it multiple times on this project, I really like Power Up.
Okay. That's what's up.
Like I was in the car, like I just really like the way they did the way they layered the man, the
yeah.
where, the way
We'll
they
get to
came
that.
in
Yeah.
and like just the melodies they chose to ride into the hook,
Right.
and just the whole idea of like powering up in the summer.
Yeah.
It kind of had a dope concept.
Yeah.
With You is a great ballad.
Yes.
Well, it's not really a ballad.
It feels
It's
like
partially. It's partially a ballad. I mean, because ballad is usually like 60 tempo.
it.
So this is like more of like a R&B style song, which is really good. Mr. E and Mystery, I like how they did the play on
dope.
words there,
Yeah.
and it's got a really dope feel. I like how it came with the kind of like the drums at the beginning,
Right.
and how the song evolved. Mosquito, that joint is really hard to me, man. Like
Okay.
when I first heard that joint, I was just like, yo, this beat is crazy. There should be a music video for this song right here, right now. Like
Yeah.
as soon as I listened to it, I had street notes. I'm like, why is there not a video for Mosquito? Like that's ridiculous. This song is
Yeah.
amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Teddy Riley produced it.
Yeah.
Didn't know that at first, and I just really like the sound effects they use. Like when she's
Yeah.
like, you know, na 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 na. Because my wife was just like, what's that? And I was just like, you know, I mean, mosquitoes don't really make that noise,
Right.
but I can see it's like a bug noise.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Hit the Drum. That joint is dope.
Fire.
Blue Lemonade. It took me a little bit to get into it, but I
Mhm.
had, after I read the lyrics in it, it's actually a really dope song.
Yeah.
And then apparently everybody already loved Bad Boy.
Yeah.
We liked it when, I mean, hey, it was on my list, top 10 videos.
Yeah.
And it's one of the dopest K-pop songs I've heard. Very well written. I mean, I like it a lot.
Yeah, man. Power Up is definitely a good song. It's definitely like.
Do you
the
like
shit
it
in the
more?
In the context of this, yeah, I really do. But With You is hot, man. This is like the perfect like Christmas type song. I don't know. I feel like that's like the Christmas jingle. Like that's it. That's dope. Mr. E, like I said, I like to play on the words. Mosquito, I wasn't feeling that first, but it's something about it that gets really, really catchy and catchy.
And the way the beat builds throughout the beat is crazy.
I'll get on that in a minute. And then hit that drum. I just like how they each had a time to like show the different kind of harmonies and everything like that, because I think that's really what I like about Red Velvet. The way that how they sing their notes and how they sing harmonies together, where if it's 2 or 3 of them, like they always break it up. And I think that really shows their range as a group, how they'll be able to do this with this person or do this with this person and then come on all together. I think that's really, really dope. And Blue Lemonade is dope, and Bad Boy is already a hit, man. And I love how we watched the video, how they broke down the beat and everything like that, so that made me appreciate the song even more.
Yeah. I think that's really dope. I do want to talk about the whole concept of, like you said, as far as like the structure of how they sing their songs.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna, Joy, she has a dope voice.
Yeah.
Irene, she has a really good voice.
Mhm.
Yeri has a really dope voice. But Wendy and Solji just seemed like they stood out the most as far as the parts they chose for them to sing.
Right.
At the times they chose to sing them, because it just seemed like Solji got more of the note needed parts of the song,
Yeah, I
like
agree with
where
you.
she had to sing a little bit more than everybody else.
Yeah.
And Wendy got a couple of those parts, and you can argue, because I mean Irene got some, Joy got some, but I just want to say, like, Solji, she really impressed me throughout this project. I'm surprised that she's not really looked at as the leader. She's just like kind of the main dancer.
Right.
Because I was just like, man, her voice is really strong. I mean, we already knew Wendy could sing.
Yeah.
Because we saw the joint with John Legend.
Right.
But and just the dynamic of how they switch out. Because sometimes somebody will just say a couple lines and then somebody got the ad libs and everything like that. And everybody gets to add into the song at multiple points of the song.
Yeah.
Because like when you look at like the biggest pop group in America, which is basically Destiny Child, there were times when it was just Beyonce.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Right.
Or it was Beyonce and Kelly.
Yeah.
And then like the other 2 members, sometimes you were just like, what are they there for?
Yeah.
But in this group, you don't get that ever.
Never.
Every song you get a part of all of them, and I think that's really appreciated. And I wish American groups, if they existed anymore, would actually take that into consideration on how, and like learn from South Korean artists how to switch out, give everybody a moment to shine in whatever they need to do.
Most definitely, and that goes along with what I was saying. Like, it's not necessarily a low light, but like with the exception of Bad Boy, Hit That Drum, maybe Mosquito and With You, like songs like Power Up and Mr. E, I kind of felt were held back by the production a little bit. But what really made up for that is the unity of the group, the power and the strength of the group. Because I feel like most of the songs, the reason why they're catchy on here is because of how they sound together, how they, they just come in with their voices and the notes at the right time, rapping at the right time. It's just something about how they say everything that makes you want to bop your head. And I couldn't really figure out if that was like a strength or a weakness because of the production, because like the production ain't bad or nothing, but it's just not nothing on the level of like we're used to hearing. I want to say from K-pop. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I feel like it's their voices that make the song rather than the production that make.
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that helps a lot to them. Like that makes them unique and makes them stand out. Because I like was just watching along how they'll have one member come in here, one member come in there, and then Wendy and somebody else to sing this harmony together, and it's just like, yo, that unity and just correlation with each other is just really, really dope to me. So that's what really most impressed me about the project as a whole, is just the ability to do that, make everything fun and soulful and catchy. That's just really dope to me.
Yeah, final thoughts, man. This is a really fun project.
Yeah.
I really like it's funny because like last week I really like the way they do these small albums.
Yeah.
Like it's really, and it's short because it's like almost every song just clocks in just almost at 3 minutes. It's barely over. Like look,
yeah,
3:16, 3:12, 3:11.
Right.
Like it's so at times like Mosquito, like none of these songs ever feel long.
No.
They always feel like they can be a little bit longer to hook you in a little bit more. The production is really on point. Like I like the power of production. I can see what you're saying about Mr. E a little bit, but I still like the production on that. But they do a really good job of putting together a small cohesive project.
Yeah.
And it's like just the fact that they can do that, they can get more of them out. And I feel like they can build their audience a lot faster because they don't have to sit in the studio for weeks and months trying to get 16 songs.
Probably makes the process more intricate too.
Yeah. I think so. So I'm starting to go back on what I said last week. I'm starting to think these shorter projects are a good alternative. There are album people, like you have people like Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that they work well doing an album,
right?
And I don't see an EP working for them.
Yeah.
But like as we see with RM, it works. With Taven, it works. Blackpink, and with Blackpink, it works. With Red Velvet, it works.
Yeah.
So I think they should keep doing that, and I think other artists should follow suit if it fits their mold.
Yeah, most definitely, because it definitely gets you to warm up with an artist if you're not familiar with them. So it's just like, yo, rather than try to take down a 15, 16 track album, give me 6 or 7 songs just to warm up to that artist, but still give me something that seems deep and layered, because I feel like this is still constructed like an album. They have people come in to help with this, help with that, help with that, and it seems like they're pulling ideas from everywhere. So you're still going to get that artist production building symmetry that you're used to hearing with music, and it's still cool to hear that, but it's not going to take too much of your time. So in that regard, these mini albums really do work.
Final grade. Giving this joint a check. I feel like if you haven't listened to K-pop yet and you're one of our audience members that haven't,
keep telling
Bad Boy is a great place to start.
Yeah.
It's completely in English, so you don't feel alienated. It was funny because when I was reading the comments under the translation, people were actually saying,
I was
finally a song that I could actually sing along with every word.
No, there were so many comments were saying like, my parents get so tired of me listening to K-pop, like put on an English song. Put on the English version of Bad Boy. And they just like, well, dang. So I thought that was pretty funny, man. All those comments was hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, you could start there, and not just that. It's got like Teddy Riley. If you're familiar with Teddy Riley, Mosquito, Teddy Riley produced it. It doesn't sound like Teddy Riley's sound, but Teddy Riley's been so versatile in the music industry. But you get so many different vibes. If you want to hear something more tuned to R&B, you can listen to With You. You can listen to Bad Boy. You can listen to Mosquito, and it gives you that like R&B up tempo sound. And if you want to hear like more of the poppy up tempo, faster than Britney Spears style, you can listen to Power Up. You can listen to Blue Lemonade, Mystery. Like they gave you a little bit of everything, or Hit the Drum. And Hit the Drum is actually more on its own. You can kind of put that off to the side.
It's like that
because
crowd
it's got
chant.
a whole it's definitely like a stadium type song.
Yeah.
So I think everybody should get this joint a try and listen to, and check it out.
Yeah, most definitely. I get it's a check. I feel like, there's something for everybody here as usual with these projects, and I feel like this is a greatest strength. Even if you don't like one song, you might like the next one for sure. But other than that, I just feel like, they just have a great chemistry as a group, and I'll be willing to hear more from them.